Hi, hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this, that means you must be interested in sales. Um, Today we're going to be walking through how sales really works in Nigeria and what nobody tells you. I'm going to breaking this down. So you want to just follow me as much as you can. If you've not subscribed to this channel, you want to do that right now. Click the subscribe button and let's get right into it. Now let me break this down for you, and I'm going to be very honest about it. If sales work the way everybody teach about it online, almost everybody in Nigeria would be rich by now, and that's just the truth. But the truth is, sales in Nigeria is very different, and nobody really tells you how it works, right? I mean, some people like me and other people tells you how it works. But in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how sales actually works in Nigeria and why most people struggle and what you must understand if you want to close deals consistently. Now, a brief introduction. If you're new here or you're just seeing my face for the first time, my name is Oluwapolumi. You can call me Samuel. Most of my friends call me Samuel or Polumi, one of the two, anyone that works for you. I work in sales. I've closed deals. I've done over $1 million, give or take, if you believe that. If you don't, so I close deals, and this channel is going to be practically about sales, right? Occasional, motivation, maybe, who knows, right? But not theory, 100%. I'm not going to be giving you any of those guru advices. If you sell anything in Nigeria or you want to sell to people outside the country, I'm saying US. I mean, I've sold to the US market. The only market I've not sold to currently, I think I've not sold to the UK market, which is something I feel like I'm going to do in future. But to an extent, I have an idea of how this works. And I'm just going to be sharing with you everything you need to know, everything you need to have figured out, right? Now, there's a difference between the buyer psychology. Now, I'm saying the way, as someone that has sold to Nigerians and I've sold to a large percentage of the people in the United States, there's a difference in how Nigeria buyers think and how people outside the country think when they want to buy. So, the first thing you must understand is Nigerian buyers are not difficult, right? They are cautious. And I'm saying this because I've sold things that are over 200K, 300K, 400K to Nigerians over the phone, like just hello. Yes. And most Nigerians are just very cautious, right? Most Nigerians have been disappointed, overcharged, and outrightly scammed at least once, right? So when someone is slow to buy, it's not because they don't value it as much as we have this impression like most Nigerians don't value stuff. And all. It's not that way. It's because they don't trust easily. And in Nigeria, people don't buy because you sound confident. Maybe outside the country, like if you are on the foreign offer, you're speaking to someone in the US, you have to understand that if you're talking to them, your charisma, how much you believe in the product, would slightly influence their decision to buy, right? But if you're selling to someone that is in Nigeria, it's not the same way, right? Nigerians buy because they feel safe. They have to feel like this person I'm buying from, I'm safe, right? And when a Nigerian says, I'll get back to you, most of the times it doesn't mean no. For a large percentage of my time, I think for almost going to 6 months, I sold to Nigerians and I'm seeing expensive stuff. Things that are going to us around 300K, 400K. And when they say, I will get back to you, it means I'm not sure yet. Sometimes it means they just want to confirm, they want to do their own research. It means I need to be convinced this would waste my time or my money. Right? Most of the times I'll get back to you doesn't necessarily mean no. Because you see, sales in Nigeria is not persuasion first. If you're selling to the US market, yes, sales to them is persuasion. But for Nigerian buyers, sales is reassurance, right? They have to feel like there's some assurance they believe you, right? So yes, the reason why foreign sales advice fail here, right? A lot of people copy sales advice from the US, the UK, Instagram gurus. I'm guilty as well. But one thing is I've sold to Nigerian markets and I've sold to the foreign market. So I know this firsthand, right? I haven't sold to the UK market, like I said, but I have sold to the US markets for almost a year now, right? Going to a year and some months, right? And I've sold to Nigerian markets too. I've sold high ticket stuff. I'm saying stuff that are going to about 500,000. I've sold low ticket stuff. I'm saying 50K, 100K. But here's the problem: the average Nigeria is not operating on a disposable income, right? So for the average Nigerian, it's not they have like a credit system, they can afford to lose money. No, it's not that way, right? Every purchase for a Nigerian feels like a very huge decision because it's like life or death, right? If that makes sense, like life or death to them. Also in Nigeria, the person you're talking to most necessarily isn't the person that is going to be paid, right? So most of the times they have to like talk to their spouse, to their partner, to their committee, to a boss, to a family member. So if you are in a rush to sell, you will lose, right? If you pressure, you will lose because sales here is about patience, clarity, and follow up, right? And the real sales process in Nigeria is attention, trust, proof, timing, and follow up. Now, if you're selling to people outside the country, it's just trust, liking you, reassurance to an extent, right? And mostly timing, right? So it's almost the same process, but for Nigerians, you need to have their attention. Like typically when you're selling to people, you need to have their attention. But for Nigerians, like for them, it's more really paramount. Like you'd really need to like have them bought in, right? Before you start to sell, right? And let me repeat this. On contrary to some people's belief, follow up is not desperation in this country, right? Follow up is professionalism. If you don't follow up, someone else will. A friend of mine made a tweet on Twitter, I think months back, and it said he finally bought a power bank from Oraimo, and he bought the power bank because he mentioned he needed a power bank, and for some weird reason, he started seeing Oraimo's advertisement about power bank, and it took him about seeing that same ad 5 times to buy that power bank. Now imagine Oraimo was not consistent. Idea would have, come his way. No, or other power banks would have come his way, if that makes sense. So if you don't follow up, someone else will. Now, here is why most people fail in sales. Most people fail in sales because they talk too much. This is something that you literally need to like work on to a point. Like you need to work on this. It's very and extremely important that you work on this so you don't get caught up, you don't forget yourself. The second thing that happens is most people don't listen. No, you'd notice that it's harder to listen when how do I put this? It's really hard for people to listen when they feel like there's nothing in it for them. It's easy for people to get carried away, but if you are selling, you need to listen to every single word the person you're trying to sell to is saying because that could be the difference in you making that sale or you not making that sale. The reason why most people feel is they fear objection. An objection is normal. It's it's something to expect, if that makes sense. It's my mentor would say no is the job. Like you cannot be scared of the no, right? You can't expect that someone is coming to you and they're telling their problem and then you tell them the price and they just pay. No, they would have a concern. They would have something that they would feel like they needed to talk about first. So no is the job. When you expect that, it becomes more easier, if that makes sense. Most people disappear after the first no. If you're the kind of person that after someone says no to you, you're off. You would not thrive. Sales is not about convincing. I'll say this again. Sales is not about convincing. Sales is about persuasion, guiding, understanding someone's decision, and just walking them through that process. I had an experience when I was actually on this Nigerian offer. I don't want to mention the company I was working with because I feel like most of you would. It's actually a very big company. They're into media and TV shows and so. So when I mention their name, you're likely gonna know them, right? And they were selling this program. It's about 300K. At some point, it was about 400 going to like 500K, right? And we were speaking to people. As a matter of fact, it was like this little phone, this small phone. That's what we were using to call people, and we were making sales. We were getting people to buy. People were not seeing us; they were just hearing our voices. And these people are paying 300,000, 400,000. so you could imagine, right? So sales is about understanding and guiding people's decision. I was on a call with someone the other day and it was like, convince me to buy, right? And if you're not someone that understands sales, you're probably gonna like probably hang up or run away. No, I flipped the script. Like my job is not to convince you. There is a reason why we are speaking together right now. And the reason we're actually speaking together is because you were interested in what we had to offer. At the end of the day, the person bought. So, and that says something. So, if you're honest, if you want honest practical sales content made for Nigerians, subscribe to this. And I hope that this was insightful to you. We're going to be making another video and that would really help you. But this, I hope this shows you exactly how sales really works in Nigeria and what nobody bothers to tell you about sales in Nigeria. My name is Olakole Misama once again. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If he's not subscribed yet, click on that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.